Hello, brothers. How are you all doing? You all doing good? I hope so. I really do. I'm Lindell, by the way. You know me as the DwarfBass. Oh, God. We have balance changes to talk about. I don't want to talk about them, but you know what? They're here, and we have to accept that. I'm crying. Now, these balance changes, they came out on April 4th, 2022, along with the Mighty Mine season, so let's go ahead and talk about them, shall we? The cards on this list is the Mirror, Golden Knight, Giant Skeleton, Archers, Ice Spirit, Tombstone, Ram Rider, Archer Queen, Graveyard, Valkyrie, Mega Knight, Elixir Collector, and Electro Giant. The Mirror is actually on this list. That's very weird. What are they doing? What's Supercell doing? Alright, well, let's see. The Mirror now gives +2 level instead of +1 level. Mirror has been a weak card forever and considered more as a situational surprise card. With this change, we hope it will make it a solid choice and spice up some deck building. Golden Knight. His dash range is increasing from 5 tiles to 6 tiles, and his dash chain will now stop whenever he reaches a princess tower. The previous nerf was a bit too harsh, so we're reverting part of it. Stopping his dash chain when reaching a tower will make him more predictable while bringing more tower damage value. But the King Tower activation will definitely be harder to do, so oof, big ol' oof there. Giant Skeleton. Hit speed is increasing by 7%, and his hit points are increasing by 7% as well. Poor Giant Skeleton hasn't been able to find a place in the arena yet. Our goal is to make him a viable win condition, so we added more survivability for him to reach the towers more easily. The Archers, their hit speed is increasing by 9%. Archers have been underused recently. Oof. Big ol' oof there. They changed their bow's strings and should now compete again with other ranged units. Ice Spirit, freeze duration is going up by 30%. We want to provide more distinct use for the Ice Spirit compared to his counterparts, the Electro Spirit. With that buff, the Ice Spirit should be used for longer unit control, while the Electro Spirit will be for crowd control and shorter stun/retargeting. The Tombstone. Tombstone's spawn rate is decreasing by 5%. This card made a strong comeback with the last rework. Too strong, actually. We're gonna turn it down just a little bit. Ram Rider slow effect is decreasing from 85% to 70%. The Ram Rider is great to counterattack, but the slow effect is too strong, making the affected units barely move. This nerf should keep the effect significant while removing the feeling of rooting a card. Archer Queen. Ability hit speed boost is decreasing by 200% to 180%. The Queen is still dominant in the arena despite the previous nerfs. We think her hit points are in the right place, so her ability seems like the best candidate for a change. Graveyard spawn skeletons going down by 1. After the Giant's buff and Mother Witch's nerf, the Graveyard has gained too much strength in the past few months. We're adjusting his power by removing Barry. Sorry, Barry, it's rough. You know, I had a grandpa-in-law named Barry, and he's gone too. Damn. The Valkyrie. Hit points are being decreased by 4%. The Valkyrie has been the most used mini-tank in the game for a very long time. With this slight nerf, we hope that she'll be less of a jack-of-all-trades card and leave space for her counterparts to come in and do their thingy. Oh yeah. Mega Knight. Spawn damage is decreasing by 20%. Despite his classy deploy jump being his main feature, it's frustrating for many players that he can destroy a whole push at the bridge and then go for a counterattack. He is heavily used in the lower trophy range and not so much at the top of the ladder, so nerfing him too much would make the card unusable. With this nerf, players will need to time their deployment a bit more, and perhaps add more support cards to counter an opponent's push. Alright, now we're going to talk about the 2 cards that are reworked this season. First off, the Elixir Collector. The Elixir Collector is going to give you +1 Elixir when it's destroyed. Its duration is going down from 70 seconds to 65 seconds, and its elixir generation is also increasing from 8.5 seconds to 9 seconds. The Elixir Collector is truly a unique card, but has had a low usage rate for quite a long time now. Adding 1 elixir when it's destroyed should bring better trade-offs for spells. It will generate the same total elixir as before, that is 8 elixir. Alright, we're talking about the Electro Giant, last but not least, this fucker. Alrighty, Electro Giant's elixir cost is going down from 8 elixir to 7 elixir. His hit points are decreasing by 15%, as well as his damage decreasing by 15%. The Electro Giant has been too punishing to play against if you were not carrying a building in your deck. He's now cheaper, but also less tanky, making him easier to counter even without buildings. He's also taking the spot of a 7 elixir tank, which was previously empty. Now, here's a note here. His damage nerf does not apply to his reflected damage, which is still the same as the zap spell. Alrighty. Oh boy, let's talk about my opinion of these changes, because you brothers love it when I bitch. And oh boy, I'm going to do some bitching, but we'll see. Alright, the mirror. What do I feel about this change? Do I agree with it? Sure. I don't know. I really don't. Okay. I don't use the mirror. I really don't use it. I am one of the probably 95% of Clash Royale players who never use the mirror. So with this, I'm going to see mirror a lot more. I think. Hopefully. I don't know. I mean, mirror's fun, I guess. You know, I used it in one of these replays on the video today. I don't know. Mirror's just there. You know, it's always been there. It's always cool to see. I never use it, and I don't know, I might use it more. So, I don't know. I guess I'll just agree with it for now and just shut up and go on to better cards. So the mirror, yes, I agree with this change. Why the hell not? Golden Knight. Do I agree with this changes? I am honestly going to say yes. I think his dash range was great. I think, you know, I don't think they should have nerfed it, to be honest. Like, I know that I've agreed with it in the past, but with his dash range going back up, it's gonna be a little stronger because, you know, the Golden Knight kind of fell off a little bit. I do agree with that, so, you know, his dash range increasing should help him a bit there, but also we don't want to make it too strong, you know, so we gotta make him still balanced. So his dash chain is now going to stop whenever he reaches a Princess Tower, which means that King Tower activation is going to be harder to do, which means you got to be a little more skilled to pull it off. So, I mean, like I said, I was all right with his changes before. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with them reverting reverting these changes just because the Golden Knight is just such a good card. It's such a good card for the cost. I mean, you can't do nothing to hurt it. It's great. It's fun. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too strong. I mean, it still feels the same to me, honestly. So I think the Golden Knights changes this time are good. So sure, I agree with its changes. Oh boy, prepare yourselves. Giant Skeleton. Fuck you, Supercell. Just fuck you. Alright, give that motherfucking X. Put that big old red X on the screen, editor, aka myself. Fuck this card. Fuck you, Supercell. What the fuck are you doing? Look at this shit. Look at these replays. Giant Skeleton is stupid. It's so annoying. What the fuck are you doing, Supercell? God. Sorry. Let me like get professional here. Okay, I got that out of my system. Yeah, Giant Skeleton, I don't agree with its changes. Why do I not agree with its changes? Well, here's the thing. I don't know what Supercell's talking about with Giant Skeleton not finding its place in the arena, because I honestly see it everywhere. It might just be a mid-ladder thing, and if it is, well, you know what? I'm in mid-ladder, so I'm going to bitch about it. Alright? Giant Skeleton. He's stupid. He's everywhere. Everyone thinks that this card is just a win condition that you can throw at a tower, and he's great. Even fucking Supercell's like, yeah, he's a win condition. No, he's not. Okay? I look at the Mighty Miner, and the Mighty Miner replaced Giant Skeleton in my eyes. The Mighty Miner's great. This card sucks. And Supercell's like, you know what? We're gonna be like the Pokemon Company and make Pikachu seem more like a big deal. You know, that's what Clash Royale's doing with the Giant Skeleton. They're like, you know what? This guy, we feel so bad for him, but you know, he's great. He's awesome. We need to make a big deal out of him. But he sucks. He's stupid. Why are you doing this, Supercell? Okay, you know what? You made my boy Epic happy. All right, Epic, if you're watching this, kissy kissy. But yeah. You made him happy because he's been playing Giant Skeleton recently, and he makes me want to kill myself, but it's fine, it's whatever. Yes, Giant Skeleton. I don't agree with its changes at all. Supercell, take this card back to the drawing board and do something else to it. If you gotta completely change this card, I'm cool for it. Alright, but do something else. This is stupid. This is fucking stupid. Giant Skeleton sucks. Get out of here. Archers, do I agree with their change? Yeah, I do. Why not? I never see archers. You know, archers are cool. I think archers should be a very viable card nowadays. You know, well, I don't know. I mean, with this hit speed increase, maybe we'll see archers more often. I mean, they're a solid card. For 3 elixir, they do what you want them to do. They're pretty good. They're a solid card. I just don't ever see them because there's so many cards that do so much better than they do. You know, whether they have just slightly more health or they attack slightly faster. I think with this, you know, with it costing 3 elixir and its hit speed increasing, you know, I think it's going to be alright. You know, they're not changing the elixir cost. They're not changing the health. They're only changing the hit speed. And for that, I'd say, yeah, it's good. If they did something else to it, I might be singing a different tune. But with this, you know, maybe we'll see archers more often. And, yeah, it might be healthy for the game. Who knows? I agree with it for now. Hopefully I don't regret saying that. The Ice Spirit. Freeze duration increasing by 30%. Do I agree with that? Yeah! Yeah! Let's bring back Ice Spirit. Come on! Supercell. This is great. Thank you. We're going to bring back Ice Spirit to the good old glory days where Ice Spirit was dominant and it was the best spirit in the game. You know, because you fucked over the Fire Spirit. I'm sorry, I had to say it. You fucked him over. So it's like, you know what? Let's make the Ice Spirit great again. Let's make the Ice Spirit great again. Yes, Supercell, you're doing it. Good job. I have nothing else to say. Ice Spirit, I agree with it. Awesome. Tombstone, do I agree with this change? Yeah, sure. To be honest, with the Tombstone spawning 2 skeletons now, it should be slightly slower. I mean, yes, it's still strong to counter like princes and stuff, and it's to try to keep Prince in check maybe, or at least, you know, that's how I feel about it. Like I said, I don't really use Tombstone. People use it in Lava Hound decks. I don't play Lava Hound. What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, like I said, with this, you know, with its spawn rate decreasing slightly, it should compensate better for the Tombstone spawning 2 skeletons at a time. So I think this is good. Tombstone, yeah, I agree with the change. Good job. Ram Rider. Do I agree with this change? All right. Let me get something out of the way here with the Ram Rider. I'm gonna say yes. All right, I'm gonna say yes. I agree with this change. Its slow effect is so unique to the game, but that also hurts it a little bit just because there's no other card that you can compare its slow effect to. I mean, like with the Ice Wizard, it slows units down by 35%. Like Earthquake also slows down units by 35%. So you can kind of balance those 2 cards against each other, and you know, it's consistency, you know, or with cards that have like similar health that do like similar damages and all that, you know, it's consistency. The consistency is what makes this game flow so well. With the Ram Rider, she has no card. There's no other card in Clash Royale that has this great of a slow effect, which is pretty cool, but it's really hard to make the Ram Rider balanced, and it's really hard to keep her consistent, whether it's consistently strong or consistently bad or just mediocre. I mean, with this change, I think the Ram Rider, I don't know. I mean, is it still going to be dominant? Maybe, I guess. I mean, it's a pretty good card, I'm not going to lie. Just the slow effect, I don't know. They're going to have to do something else with it, or maybe introduce a new card with a similar slow effect. I don't know. But to be honest, or they're just going to have to nerf something else with the Ram Rider. I don't know if the slow effect's the right thing to do, but I'm not annoyed by this change, I wouldn't say. So, just for that, I'm going to agree with its change. Archer Queen. Do I agree with this change? Yeah! Thank God, Supercell. You finally moved in the right direction. Thank you. This is all I've ever asked for. Ability hit speed boost decreased. Why does it have to be twice the speed? Shit, I'll even settle for fucking 1.5 speed. Alright? This is not the change I exactly, well, it's the change I want. This is the exact change I want. It's not slow enough yet. Make it slower. Alright? Just keep going down. Make it slower. Piss off my boy Epic more. And you'll be doing good, Supercell. This is a step in the right direction. Thank you so much. Archer Queen is finally nerfed the way she should have been all along. Good job, Supercell. You did it. Graveyard. Do I agree with this changes? Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't really use Graveyard that much. I do love it. I love the card. I don't really use it a whole lot. But, yes, it is really, really strong. Even when you have the right counters for it, it's really strong. It's powerful. So, yes, one less skeleton should help you counter it slightly better. So, yeah, sure, I'll agree with this change. Why the hell not? Valkyrie. Do I agree with this changes? Yes. Yes. Valkyrie's stupid. It's one of those cards that are just still there. No matter what you do to it, it's still there. Same thing with the Wizard and the Mega Knight, which is also on this balance change. And the Witch, apparently, because my boy Epic brought that up. Yeah, I mean, Valkyrie. It's so annoying. You gotta do something about it. I guess this is a step in the right direction with the Valkyrie, you know, nerfing it to make it more balanced. I don't know if this is necessarily the nerf it should have gotten, but I won't be offended by it. So sure, steps in the right direction, Supercell. Keep going. Same thing with the Mega Knight. Let's talk about him. Yes, I agree with its changes. Now, spawn damage, I don't know. It's not what I would have personally nerfed. I think its spawn damage was fine. I think it could have been left alone. I mean, sure, I'm cool with it, just because Mega Knight's so annoying and it's really hard to deal with sometimes. But I don't know. I feel like they could have nerfed something else with it, or maybe, you know, nerfed something else alongside this nerf. I don't know. I mean, I think people are going to be happy that the Mega Knight's nerfed, but I'm not sure if it's going to make a significant enough change to the arena to where we're not going to see Mega Knight as much. Same thing with the Valkyrie as well. So these nerfs, you know, with the Valkyrie and, of course, specifically the Mega Knight as we're talking about right now, it's a step in the right direction, but I think you need to do a little more. So, yeah, sure, I agree with this change for now. Good job. Elixir Collector. Talking about reworks. Yeah, I agree with the Elixir Collector's changes. I think this is cool. I'm fine with it. Yeah. Yeah. You know, when the Elixir Golem came into the game and they were like, hey, you can give 4 Elixir to your opponent. You can gain 4 Elixir from your opponent. You know, it's like, wow, that's kind of unique and cool. Something else should do that. What about that one card over there that, like, generates Elixir and stuff? Maybe it should do that, you know? So, yeah, I'm glad that they did this. So now you can at least gain a slight Elixir advantage against your opponent. Because Elixir Collector, it's hard to use. Well, for me at least. And this might just be because I'm bad at the game, but I'm not very good with Elixir Collector. I'm not. But with this change, it'll help me. It might help me, you know, gain a little more strength with the card, being able to use it more in decks, whatnot, and maybe for you brothers as well. So with this change, yeah, I'm cool with it. Good job. Electro Giant. Yeah, I agree with this change. Sure, why not? I was scared of it at first, just because I was like, 7 Elixir? 7 Elixir? What are you doing? But to be honest, let's be honest here, okay? The Electro Giant plays most similarly to the Goblin Giant. Let's just say that. Because it's not necessarily a Golem replacement. Now, I have used it in Golem decks, and it does really well. But with its current stats, it's not a Golem replacement. Because with Golem, it has that deploy time of like 3 seconds, I think. So it takes a while for the Golem to actually start moving, which allows you to build an Elixir advantage. Electro Giant doesn't have that. It deploys with 1 second. 1 second it's deployed, which is standard for most cards. So, like I said, it plays most similarly to the Goblin Giant, because you can also throw it down and it defends against most cards, you know, kind of like the Goblin Giant does. So yes, I'm cool with these changes just because it makes it more similar to the Goblin Giant, and it's also, you know, going to be a little weaker, so it might not be as dominant as it has been being. Like I said, I was scared with these changes at first with the Electro Giant, but you know, for now, I'm cool with it. I think this is going to be okay. I guess my opinion might change come the next set of balance changes, or hell, maybe even the next season, I don't know. But I'm cool with these changes for right now, so good job, Supercell. You did it. But anyways, brothers, that was it. That was it for the balance changes. We got through it. Oh, hallelujah. I only screamed at Supercell maybe several times. But hey, you know, overall these balance changes were good. Of course, there are some cards that I'm like, Supercell, what the fuck are you doing? But other than that, hey, it's cool. It's cool, you know? Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And, brothers, I'm going to go ahead and end this video for the day. Fucking sake. Oh, come on, guys. You know, you've watched DwarfBass videos. You know I never shut the fuck up. I have to talk about fisticuffs first. Let's talk about these boys. 75 minimum donations per week. Clan War participation is required. 5 days inactivity will have you removed. But other than that, hey, if you like talking, if you like sharing replays, if you like trading and donating and having a good old time sucking each other off, this is a great clan for you to join. Come on by. We got 47 members. We got 3 openings. So, hey, and come on and join. Search that clan tag and join us. And, you know, if it fills up and you're struggling to get in, keep searching that clan tag. Eventually, you might find an opening. I'm going to go ahead and end this video for the day. Thank you, brothers, so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, you can hit a like, a dislike, or whatever the fuck. There's all sorts of buttons down there. See what they do. Comment down below. Tell me how your day was. I'd love to see how your all's day was. You can chat with me on Instagram and Snapchat at D_DwarfBass. DMs are open on Instagram, Snapchat. All you got to do is snap me. Talk to your boy on your social medias. Please do it. I want to talk to you. So come on. Talk to me. Yeah. Subscribe to PewDiePie. Just do it. Please do it. Subscribe to him. He's awesome. He's wonderful. He's one of the most beautiful men I've ever met in my entire life. I've never met him in person. Maybe I will one day. Who knows? Yeah, subscribe to him. And maybe subscribe to me as well. And punch that notification bell so you know when I upload. Yeah, I'm the DwarfBass. I love you, brothers. Kissy kissy. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!